Hello friends, today we are going to learn about the derivation of bending stress or pure bending equation for the loaded beam. So first of all, let us assume the cross section of the beam having the rectangular part and the length of the beam as shown in the figure, which is the state of before loading and after loading, where base of the cross section of beam, which is indicated as a small b, and depth, which is generally given for the cross section of the beam, and if the CG of the given axis is as shown on the figure as a AB line, and from the neutral layer, if we assume at a distance y having the thickness as a dy, which is indicated as a green line of the cross section of the beam having baseline as a small b, and the length is C2D, which is loaded with anticlockwise as well as clockwise couple moment as a capital M, through which our beam is bending in the downward direction, at top in the compression while bottom in the tension, due to the moment applied in the both end. And if we assume the length of this cross section of the beam as a very smaller part of large beam, then the length small b is indicated as a length of the span, which is equal to dx, as very small length of the beam. Then the curve is as shown in the figure after the bending, which is a part of a circle in which top part in the compression zone and bottom part is in the tension zone, while a dash b dash is our neutral axis after the loading. And we know that change in the length before and after loading of neutral axis is always constant, as neutral axis is never in the compression nor in the tension. It means that the change in the length for neutral axis, which is indicated as a dash b dash, which must be equal to the original length as a b. Now going ahead for the change in length for C2D as a c dash d dash. So change in length for the assumed lamina, or we can say that the CD part, is indicated as a del L, which is equal to c dash d dash. Now we know that the original length of the layer CD, which is indicated as CD, is equal to L, or our length of the cross section is dx, hence our original length is C2D, which is equal to dx. Now we know that the strain for the given section can be written as the ratio of change in length to the original length. Hence, first, if we take the change in the length of layer CD, or we can say the total change in layer CD, which is equal to c dash d as a final minus CD as a original. Hence, the strain value according to the definition is change in the dimension or length divided by its original length. So our change in length is c dash d dash minus CD as a original length divided by CD. So we have to calculate first the strain value according to the layer c dash d dash and CD layer at distance y from the neutral axis. Now the length is very smaller as a dx from the largest span, so we can take it as a triangle, and for similar triangle rule at O A dash B dash and O C dash D dash, we can write C dash D dash divided by A dash B dash, which is equal to R plus Y divided by capital R from the figure. Now if we subtract the value of unity, or we can say that the 1 from both the side, we have C dash D dash by A dash B dash minus 1, which is equal to R plus Y divided by R minus 1. And if we solve the above term, we will have Y divided by R as a C dash D dash minus A dash B dash divided by A dash B dash. Using these values, as observing the figure or cross section of the being, we can say that A dash B dash can be replaced by the value as a AB, as it is at the neutral layer. So A dash B dash is equal to AB, and from figure we can say that AB value and CD value both are equal. So we can write C dash A dash B dash, which is equal to AB, which is equal to CD. So let us put A dash B dash as a CD value. We have C dash D dash minus CD divided by CD as a Y by R, and from the strain equation we have strain value as a C dash D dash minus CD by CD, hence the value for strain, which can be written as Y by R. So let us assume this equation as a equation 1. Now as per the assumption, stress must be directly proportional to strain according to Hooke's law. Hence our stress value sigma must be directly proportional to our value of strain as a small e, and if we remove the proportionality, we have sigma is equal to capital E as a modulus of elasticity and small e. Now small e is equal to Y by R, so let us put the value as capital E into Y by R, and by rearranging this equation we have sigma divided by Y is equal to E divided by R, where R is equal to radius of curvature. So this equation is one part of bending stress equation as a sigma by Y, where sigma is equal to stress, Y is equal to neutral axis layer value, E as a modulus of elasticity, which is 2 into 10 raised to 5, and R as a radius of curvature of bending curve after the loading on the beam. So let us go ahead for the next part of the equation. As now for cross section of the beam we have derived sigma by Y is equal to E by R, hence our stress value can be written as sigma, which is equal to E divided by R into Y. Now we know that the force is equal to stress into area, hence our value for force, which can be written as the value as a stress into cross sectional area, and we have taken the very small part, hence the cross section of this area as a dA as the neutral layer. So let us assume the area as a small dA part. So let us put the value dA in the equation, hence stress as a E by R into Y and area as a small dA for the smaller lamina. Now going ahead for the moment, and we know that the moment equation is equal to force into perpendicular distance from the CG of loading to the neutral layer. Now for the given section we have moment is small dm as a smaller part, force is E by R into Y into dA. So let us put the value as a E by R Y into dA, and distance from the neutral layer is y. So rearranging the equation for dm, which is equal to E by r into dA into y square, and if we integrate the dm value over wall element at both the side, hence the total moment for given section is integration of dm over the wall element, hence the m is equal to integration of dm, which is equal to integration of er into dA into y square. Now E and r is constant, so we can take out from the integration, hence E by r into integration of dA into y square. But the integration of dA into y square is the definition of, or we can say that the mathematical formula of moment of inertia, which is I is equal to integration of dA into y square. So let us put the value of I in the equation. We have m is equal to capital E divided by r into I. So rearranging equation, we have m divided by I is equal to E divided by r as a part 2 equation. Now part 1 is sigma by y is equal to E by r, hence from both the part we have sigma divided by y m divided by I as E by r. This equation is known as the bending stress equation or pure bending equation, which can be used for calculation of flexural strength of the given beam, where the value as sigma, which is known as the bending stress, y as a extreme fiber distance from the neutral axis, m as a maximum moment of the loaded beam, and I as a moment of inertia of the cross section of the beam, capital E as a modulus of elasticity of given beam, and r as a radius of curvature of bending curve after the loading. So this is the derivation of pure bending theory or pure bending equation, which is also known as flexural equation or the bending stress equation. Thank you.